The prefectural championship hung on a single rally. A packed gymnasium held its breath as the ball rose toward the net. Aomin's captain, Asuka Miyamoto, leaped with her signature power, but the ball struck the net with an unnatural softness. The scoreboard blinked. 25-22. The impossible had happened. Underdog Teiko had beaten the unbeatable champions.
That spike, it wasn't a mistake. I've watched her play every match this season. She pulled her arm back on purpose.
Earlier in the set, the same thing had happened, a spike that should have been a kill, but her wrist angled wrong at the last second. Asuka landed on one knee, her face unreadable as the ball rolled out of bounds. Her teammates stared, bewildered. Teiko's players mobbed the court in disbelief. Cheers erupted, but one bench warmer didn't join in. Soda pushed through the chaos, his eyes locked on the lonely figure in yellow across the gym.
Why? I saw you both those spikes. You didn't even try to hit them in.
There's nothing to explain. We lost. That's all.
In the Teiko locker room, the noisy celebration felt like a separate world. Sota sat on the bench, towel hiding his face, replaying Asuka's cold exit.
Come on, Soda! You barely played and you're the most depressed. We just won the finals!
I'm not depressed. Just something felt off about their captain.
Soda pulled out his phone. The tournament's online forum was already a battlefield.
They're tearing her apart. And none of these theories make sense.
A grainy video of Asuka's missed spike played on loop. Comments multiplied: bribery, revenge, a secret bet. He slipped out of the locker room into the cooling evening. Ahead, a lone figure walked with her jersey bag dragging on the pavement.
If she threw the match for money, she'd have disappeared by now. She's not acting guilty. She's broken. And during the match, she kept glancing at that empty seat in the stands. Who was supposed to be there?
That night, Soda didn't celebrate. He opened his laptop and began searching any connection between Asuka Miyamoto and his own school. He scoured transfer records until the name appeared: Asuka Miyamoto, transferred from Teiko to Aomini 2 years ago.
Why would a star player leave her own brother's school behind?
A digital yearbook page surfaced, Asuka in Teiko's blue and white uniform, a small purple-haired boy beside her.
That has to be her brother. Same eyes, same hair.
The next morning, Soda lingered in the hallway until he spotted a quiet girl from Asuka's old class. A hesitant reply. The boy was Ren. He'd been in the hospital for months. No one had seen him since the spring.
So the empty seat at the match that was for him, he never made it.
Back in his room, Soda searched the school's visitor logs. Ren Miyamoto. Room 304, Children's Hospital 2 stations away.
Ren Miyamoto. That kid is why she threw the match. I'm sure of it.
He saved the address on his phone. The weight of another person's secret pressed against his ribs. But he didn't hesitate. The children's hospital gleamed white under the noon sun. Soda stood at the entrance, rehearsing words he hadn't planned. The pediatric corridor smelled of antiseptic and crayons. His footsteps echoed as nurses passed, their smiles not reaching their eyes. Room 304. A gentle knock, and a thin voice called him in. A boy with purple hair sat propped against pillows, eyes lighting up at the visitor.
Are you from Teiko High? I know that uniform. I watch all your matches on the tablet.
He doesn't know. Not about the match, not about his sister. He's just a kid proud of her.
My big sister used to go here, but she transferred to Aomini for their special program. She's #1 on their team.
She never told him. Of course she didn't. He's here fighting every day, and she's out there being destroyed.
I haven't seen her in a few weeks, though. She's probably busy with tournaments. But she promised to visit once the season ends.
I'll come back, Ren. Maybe bring some teammates next time. You hang in there, okay?
Outside, the sunset bled orange across the sky. Soda gripped the railing, the secret clawing at his throat. He couldn't unsee what he now knew. By the next morning, Asuka's face was everywhere. Aomini captain suspended. The rumor had official teeth now.
A suspension. The world is crushing her, and I'm the only one carrying the reason.
He pocketed the device and walked straight back to room 304. Ren sat up, crayons scattered across the blanket.
Sodani, you came back fast. Look, I drew the Taiko team. I really wanted to see the finals.
He still doesn't know the match result. I have to ask. I have to hear it from him. Ren, before the finals, did you talk to your sister about the match?
Yeah, I asked her to do something special. Let Taiko win just once before my surgery, I said, and she promised.
Not bribery, not revenge. A brother's wish. She threw her entire career for him.
But Wani-chan hasn't called since. Is she okay? Did she break her promise?
Soda left with the truth searing behind his eyes. She didn't lose, she gave herself away to answer a child's prayer. That evening, his phone lit up with a live feed. Asuka, trapped outside Aomini's gates, microphones jabbing at her face.
She's breaking apart, and I'm the only one who knows why. I can't stay silent.
He turned away from the screen and walked straight to Coach Tanaka's office. The door was always open.
Sota, you look like you can't breathe. Sit down.
Coach, Aomini's captain. She didn't cheat. Her little brother is in the hospital. He asked her to let Taiko win before his surgery.
Coach Tanaka set down his whistle. The silence in the room thickened.
So she threw her whole career for a kid's wish, and the world is tearing her apart for it.
He doesn't even know she lost. If the truth gets out, it'll crush him too.
Then we don't tell the press. We tell the one who matters. Maybe the team can visit him.
A fragile plan began to form, not a public reversal, but a private victory for a boy who deserved one. Coach Tanaka gathered the team in the gym. The championship glow was gone, replaced by an uneasy quiet.
That win you're celebrating? It might be more complicated than you think. I need you to hear Sota out.
Complicated, coach? We won fair and square. What's this about?
It's not about fair. It's about someone who got hurt so we could win. I need your help to set things right. There's a kid in the hospital, a Taiko fan. His sister. She's in trouble because of something she did for him. I want us to visit.
His sister. Is this connected to Aomin's captain? Soda, you've been acting strange since the match.
If I say her name, they'll ask questions I can't answer yet, not without putting Ren at risk. Just trust me. It's the right thing. We'll record a message for his sister, and maybe it'll help her too.
You're not telling us everything, but if a kid's involved, I'm there. I trust you, Soda.
One by one, heads nodded. The team's trust in Soda outweighed their curiosity. The visit was set for Sunday. A weight lifted, but the secret still pressed. Sunday morning, the Taiko team pushed open the door to room 304, jerseys tucked under arms. Ren's eyes went impossibly wide.
Sodani! You brought everyone? The whole team?
You're the Taiko superfan, right? Here, this is from all of us.
Ren buried his face in the jersey, his laugh bright enough to fill the whole floor.
Ren, say something to the camera. Your sister really needs to see this.
Wani-chan, you made Taiko win. I'm so happy. I'll get better and come watch you play for real.
His voice shook with pure joy. No trace of the wreckage that video would later mend.
Outside, as the team headed for the elevator, Soda pocketed his phone. Koga's hand shot out and caught his arm.
Soda, that boy's sister, it's Asuka Miyamoto, isn't it?
Soda's silent nod was enough. Koga's jaw tightened. The team's victory, so recently sweet, now tasted like a secret they'd all have to carry. He found her in a forgotten classroom, head resting on crossed arms, golden light pooling at her elbows. She didn't look up. Soda placed his phone before her and pressed play. A small voice filled the stillness. "Wani-chan, I'm so happy." Asuka's fingers twitched. The first tear slipped before Ren finished his sentence. Then her whole body caved.
He doesn't know I threw the match. He thinks I actually won for him. The surgery is tomorrow, he asked. He asked me to let Taiko win just once. So I did. I threw everything.
The dam broke. 2 years of hiding, of carrying a little brother's hope and a world's contempt alone, unspooled in that dusty light.
I didn't care if they hated me. I just wanted to see Ren smile before, if something went wrong.
He doesn't have to smile at a lie, Asuka. He doesn't even know you lost to him. You're still his number one.
But I'm not. I'm just a coward who couldn't say no to a little boy's wish.
Then, let's make it right. The team knows now. We'll tell Ren together. You don't have to carry this alone anymore.
When I was 15, our parents, they didn't make it. After that, it was just me and Ren. The AO Mine scholarship was the only way to keep us afloat. I had to transfer, even if it meant leaving Takeo.
Ren doesn't know any of that. To him, you're still the big sister who taught him how to spike. I want to show the video to the team, all of them. When they see that, they'll stand with you.
If the truth gets out, will they twist it again? Will it reach Ren before I can explain? But staying silent will only let the lies grow louder. For his sake. I can't hide anymore.
For a long moment, she was a 15-year-old again, making impossible choices in a hospital corridor.
Show them. But promise me, Ren hears it from me first, not from the news.
I swear. We'll tell him together after the surgery. You have my word.
Sota pocketed the phone, the video now a fragile key. Outside, the last orange thread of sunset finally snapped into night. Sota plugged his phone into the projector. The team in practice jerseys sat in a silent circle under the gym's cold lights.
You met Ren. Now you need to know why Asuka Miyamoto threw the match.
He pressed play. Ren's face filled the wall. "Wani-chan, you made Takeo win." The gym fell dead silent.
We won because a kid asked his sister for a miracle. That's not a victory.
She destroyed her career and reputation, all to give him one smile before surgery.
We don't keep hollow wins. Let's request a rematch and stand behind Asuka.
Hands shot up. Koga first, then every single player. No hesitation.
They didn't even blink. This team is better than I ever knew.
He typed a message to Asuka. "We're in, all of us." Then pressed send. The reply came instantly. A single heart emoji. Sota exhaled, a weight finally lifting. The school board reviewed the evidence. 2 days later, a notice appeared. Rematch scheduled. Aomin versus Takeo. Asuka stood before the board, reading the official notice. Behind her, Mickey's glare could cut glass. Her own team still saw a traitor.
A rematch doesn't change what you did. Don't expect us to cheer for you.
Asuka said nothing. She walked away, footsteps echoing in the silent hall. At dawn, she was alone in the gym. The thud of the ball was her only company. One spike after another, pushing her body past guilt. From the observation balcony, Sota watched. She was still fighting, even when no one was looking. The door creaked open. Sota stepped onto the court. Asuka's spike froze mid-motion.
You don't have to punish yourself. Play for Ren. That's all that matters.
I'm scared, Sota. What if I fail him again?
But beneath the fear, a spark, she would play. Not for redemption. For a little boy who believed in her. The gymnasium buzzed louder than any championship final. Banners for both schools hung from the rafters, and every seat was filled. Asuka walked onto the court with her team. Whispers sliced the air. Traitors still stung, but her stride didn't break.
Let them talk. I'm not playing for them.
Then she saw him, Ren in a wheelchair at the front of the stands, a tiny blue flag clutched in both hands, waving wildly.
He's here. After everything, he still believes in me.
On the opposite bench, Sota clenched his fists until his knuckles paled. Koga sat rigid beside him.
This time, it's real. No holding back. No secrets.
Asuka's gaze swept across the court and locked with Sota's for a heartbeat. An unspoken promise passed between them. The referee raised the whistle to his lips. The gym held its collective breath. A single sharp note cut through the noise. The rematch had begun. Asuka's first spike was a thunderclap. It hammered the floor before Teiko's blockers could move. Point after point, her arms swung without mercy. 4-0 then, 8-0.
This is the player who could have destroyed us in the finals. Why did she hold back?
The scoreboard flashed 12-1. The crowd's noise had shifted from cheers to stunned murmurs.
We don't even look like the same species. But somehow, I'm not angry.
Coach Tanaka's hand landed on Soda's shoulder. He pointed toward the court.
Soda, you're going in. Don't think about the score. Just stand across from her.
Soda pulled off his warm-up jersey. The blue number 14 felt heavier than ever. Asuka stood on the other side, arms loose. She gave him a single nod.
I'm not here to win. I'm here to face the truth she's been carrying.
The serve sailed toward Teiko's back row. Soda stumbled sideways, arms locked, and sent it flying. Koga planted his feet and lofted the ball high into the glare of the gym lights. Asuka hung in the air, a golden silhouette. Her spike ripped through the block like paper. 25-3. The numbers burned on the scoreboard, but nobody on Teiko's side was watching them. Soda lay flat on his back, staring at the rafters. A tired, genuine laugh bubbled up from his chest.
It's over. And it was honest.
Across the net, Asuka's composure shattered. She pressed her palm to her mouth, tears streaming.
You look like you just won, not got demolished.
Maybe I did. That was the real her. And I faced it.
The gym shook with noise, but between them, a fragile silence held, a loss and yet a victory.
Asuka leaned against the cool gym corridor wall, her voice barely holding steady. Thank you for everything.
Soda halted, his hands still tingling. I just wanted the truth, but you're even stronger than I ever gave you credit for.
Her phone buzzed insistently. On the screen, the hospital's caller ID glowed. In her mind, Ren's smile flashed, the one he wore at the match. She read the message twice, her lips forming the words, Miyamoto Ren, surgery completed successfully, patient awake and stable. The phone clattered to the floor. Asuka's legs gave way, and she slid down the wall, great sobs shaking her shoulders. But in the quiet, another sound seemed to echo, the delighted laugh of a boy who had already won his own match.
She looked up, eyes red but alive. He's safe. Ren is safe.
Then that's all that matters. You can finally breathe, Asuka.
A fragile smile touched her lips, and for a moment, the image of Ren laughing, healthy, happy was all that mattered. In that empty corridor, after 2 lost matches and 1,000 misunderstandings, they had finally won something real. A week later, Ren was on his feet again, and Aomina's board had officially cleared Asuka's name. The rumors dried up faster than anyone expected. She walked into the Taiko gym during afternoon practice, holding a volleyball against her hip. The team froze. Then Koga broke into a grin.
Captain Asuka, want to show us how it's done? We could use the lesson.
Actually, I challenge Soda. Just a quick rally.
Me? You'll crush me. I can't even receive your spike.
The gym buzzed with easy laughter. Soda grabbed a ball, his nervousness melting into something warmer, something that felt a lot like hope. The rally was short but fierce. Asuka's spike kissed the back line before Soda could blink. He dove anyway. They collapsed on the floor, panting. Asuka propped herself on her elbows, the old weight gone from her eyes, replaced by a flicker of something new.
I'm going to play in college. Nationals, maybe. You should try out too.
Soda watched her, a question forming but never asked. In the afterglow of everything, silence was enough. They had time. They left the gym as the last sliver of sunset vanished, walking side by side to the small park near the school.
You've got real potential, Kimura. More than you give yourself credit for.
I always thought this jersey number meant I was just filling space. But after everything, Maybe I can try a little harder.
The swings moved in slow rhythm, chains creaking, neither rushed to fill the quiet.
Nationals isn't just a dream. You could chase it too if you wanted.
A month ago, I'd have laughed at that. Now, I actually want to try.
Their hands rested on the swing chains, inches apart, a silent acknowledgement of how far they'd come.
You know, I never thanked you properly for throwing that match and for everything after.
You already did, Soda, just by being there.
They stayed until the park lights flickered, neither willing to break the quiet understanding that had taken root. Spring cherry blossoms drifted through the open gym doors. Ren, discharged and healthy, sat courtside with a small blue pennant in his hand.
Go, Sotani! Go, Wani-chan, smash it like you mean it!
As the practice wound down, Ren burst onto the court and grabbed Soda's hand with one and Asuka's with the other, tugging them together.
You two should get married. Then we can all be a team forever.
Ren, where did you learn that?
Asuka's hand flew to her face, but the crimson creeping up her neck was impossible to hide. The entire practice squad erupted. Koga doubled over, slapping the hardwood, while the others howled.
What? It's a good idea.
Maybe someday, Ren. Maybe.
Neither Soda nor Asuka looked at each other, but their hands remained linked with Ren's between them, a silent promise under the cherry blossom light. On the final day of the school year, they met on the rooftop where the story had first turned. The sunset spilled gold across the town.
You made me want to be better. Not just at volleyball, I'd never fought for anything before.
Without you, I would have quit volleyball. You gave me a reason to keep fighting when I had none.
Then let's keep going. I'll try out for the college team, even if I'm a bench warmer again.
Pinky promise. Next time we're on the same court, we'll be rivals, and I won't hold back.
Their pinkies linked, a silly, solemn knot that held everything they hadn't said. She turned to leave, then paused at the door leading back inside.
Sota, thank you for seeing me when no one else did.
Soda didn't answer. He just smiled, and somewhere in that quiet, 1,000 words passed. The sun dipped below the skyline, and the rooftop held only the echo of a promise, and the certainty that some stories don't end, they just breathe. 1 year later, a postcard arrived. University Volleyball Invitational. Soda's thumb traced the name printed on the roster. Miyamoto Asuka, number 1.
Still number 1, of course.
He went. In the stands, he held the program like something precious. On court, Asuka dominated with the same terrifying grace. After the final whistle, she found him by the exit. Sweat still damp on her collar, and that same piercing gaze.
You came? Still managing a team?
And you're still terrifying. Some things don't change.
They walked toward the station. The campus path dappled with late sunlight. Easy silence. No need to fill it.
Koga sends his regrets. He's assistant coach now. Told me to spike one into your head.
I'd probably try to dig it and fail. Some things really don't change.
The cherry blossoms drifted. 2 figures, no longer opponents, strolled into the fading light, bound by a thrown match, a brother's wish, and a promise that had only just begun. Championship final. Match point. Asuka's spike dropped into the net, and a quiet bench warmer noticed the lie behind it. Room 304. A boy with purple hair smiled up from his pillow, his wish already answered before he knew the cost. The rematch. 25-3. Asuka's tears fell not in defeat, but in relief her brother had survived, and the game was clean. A rooftop promise under the sinking sun, spoken more with linked fingers than words. Now, in an empty gymnasium, they passed a ball back and forth. No scoreboard, no crowd, just the rhythmic thump of leather on wood. Each bump carried a memory. Each set was a question with no answer needed. In the end, she didn't lose. She gave them all a reason to try. The ball hung in the air, and for a moment, time forgot to move.